I'm already thinking about Janet Jackson.
Yes.
Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily.
I'm Joan of Heart.
And somehow it is already the week of Thanksgiving. Holy Moses. I've
You
said this to
blink.
everybody.
You blink, it's there.
If you're listening to this on the day it came out, Thanksgiving is in 2 days.
Gobble
And that
gobble.
means, and everyone's already got their Black Friday sales up, which is like to be expected. It used to
Yeah.
be Cyber Week was like Cyber Monday through the rest of the week, and they just kept the sales up. Now it starts like a week or two before.
Yeah, this year I've noticed that as well. Usually I wait for like the last minute, like Cyber Monday. Like I'll wait kind of like for that. But I'm also really surprised at the percentages this year for some of the pedal brands are a lot higher than they were last year. I was like, oh, that actually is pretty
Really?
good.
I saw 15% off at Catalan Bread, and Chase Bliss is giving a free T-shirt if you buy a pedal.
Yeah, also I think 1981 basically is putting a free t-shirt as well. I think JHS, I don't know, count me if I'm wrong. I think they're doing 20%. I think they did 15 last year. Let me see.
All I know is that's like always their only sale of the year.
Yeah,
Pretty
20%
much.
off. I think last year it was 15, but yeah, it was just like, okay, I know Chase Bliss has 15%.
It's 15% off on Chase Bliss and a shirt?
No,
Okay.
that was for like the innovations with the 1981.
Oh, got
Mhm.
you. Shirt from Chase Bliss. Oh, 15% in a shirt for a DRV that's pretty good. It's a good rat. Like, I know it's not like the hipster pedal that it was a few years ago, but that's still a really good pedal. I got
Yeah.
mine
Let me see. Is it?
somewhere.
Hold on. I'm just double checking that because I think it might be just the shirt, not the percentage, like a free shirt. The
Uh,
shirt itself
yeah,
was like 25-30 bucks though. So yeah,
if you want
it's still
another
good.
shirt, that's cool. I simply cannot own more shirts. My husband would be upset. I think Mr. Black might have a sale. I've just not even been looking.
Oh, I did see he had a mini
Supermoon
supermoon, which
Mini.
yeah, that was 39 units, and that's a small batch, extremely small batch.
Mhm. He usually does a Black Friday sale, but you have
Yeah,
to be
he
on the
does.
email list, so there's
Yeah,
still
the
time.
blacklist
Woo-hoo.
emails.
Still time, friendly reminder. But yeah,
Hmm.
Callan bread, that's a good deal, especially if you're looking at the B stock stuff.
Yep,
Reverb and Sweetwater. Obviously, I'm gonna put some links in Sweetwater to some stuff in the
of
video
course.
description / show notes. Those are affiliate links. If you are buying stuff, please consider using the affiliate links in the
Yes,
show notes,
please.
in the video description, because it costs you $0 extra, but I get a portion of that shared sale, that sale shared, and that goes toward like this program that we use isn't free to record the podcast. Sometimes I need to buy light bulbs.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Just
anything that
there's
helps.
cost, yeah. So there's a
Mhm.
cost associated with this. Thankfully, if you're a Patreon supporter, patreon.com/getoffset, those are the people who help the most. And they get access to an exclusive Discord server. I never say this at the top of the
Heyo.
episode. And you still have, if you want to join the Discord, I would consider doing that now because you have until December 4th to sign up for our very fun $25 Secret Santa. It doesn't have to be gear stuff. I think one year I got like a Prince Where's Waldo book.
Oh my god, that's
And I
amazing.
really, really like that. And last year I got some like a wine glass that had a black cat and said silently judging your grammar. Like it just always
Yeah.
makes me happy, the things.
Yeah, I always actually love, those every year. I actually really like the fact that I get to look for things for people. Like
Yeah.
the time I think it was a pedal for David, and all he put up there was like, "Ah, some delay, some reverb, like 20-25 bucks, like, surprise me." And then it says, "But no, you really don't have to." And I'm like, "Challenge accepted."
Gonna do it. You
Challenge
put it up
accepted.
there.
I
Is
did.
that what you said? That was David Ishizaka?
Yeah.
Nice. AKA the Timber Owls.
Yes.
Best penmanship in the Patreon.
Yes. Yes. I'm like, "Oh my god, I wish my handwriting was that
I
pretty."
know,
I write
I'm
my own
chicken
doctor's
scratch.
notes. Yeah, I could write my own
I
scripts.
man, I can't even read that shit sometimes. I'm like, "What?"
No. No, I show it to Carlos and he's like, "I can't read this." And I was like, "That is obviously an H. I can" never mind.
I don't know about you, but when I write, I, like, mix up cursive and,
Yeah, I mix
print.
too, yeah.
It's like all my Fs are cursive Fs. It's like, "Why?"
Or like if like
Faster.
I'll put like capital letters like in where there should be lowercase letters, and I'm like,
Like,
"What brain? What is wrong with you?"
every M is like, "Pop, pop, pop, pop."
A capital
My E's are
like
backwards. My E's are always cursive.
yep, all
My
the
Z
T's are
yeah,
capital T's, like, it's just
yeah,
bad.
yeah. If you want a handwritten note from me, join the Patreon at $10 and I'll send you a thank you note. I don't care. I'll do it.
No, I
Uh,
admit in some of my thank you notes, I go, "Carlos, can you write it so it doesn't look bad?"
mhm. Totally. I think I might be signing up twice for the I don't know. I think I'm
2
in
for
it.
1 special.
Whatever. James Burns
Oh,
has
no.
already joined the Secret Santa. I literally just sent those out 5 minutes ago, so thanks for
Nice.
being on it, buddy. Uh,
Awesome. Yeah, I love the memes he
awesome.
sends me every day.
I know, I get them too. They're so
Yeah, you we probably
good.
get the same videos, they're great, I love them. Whenever I can catch all of them, like, I look at them.
I'm
I'm
very
like
bad at opening, like, the videos people send me, and I know
yeah.
I always like them. I wait till there's, like, 20 of them, and then I just binge them.
Sometimes I have to wait for their time period for me to, like, sit down and, like, look at them, or there'll be time that passes like, "Oh, shit, I forgot to get to these."
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot on TikTok right now, but I just got an enormous delivery from Sweetwater. Like, I got, like, my
It's
demo calendar
Christmas
for
in
the year.
November.
Oh, yeah. So, this is, my screen just glitched out. Uh,
Surprise.
a bit of a spoiler, I'll tell people here first.
Mm,
Keep an eye on YouTube and Instagram because I'm going to be giving away a D'Addario X-Pan pedal board and their transport pack, which is the case that fits that. So I'll be giving that
nice.
away pretty soon, and I'll be building my own pedal board after I get back from a trip. But I'm probably just going to start that contest a little bit sooner.
Mhm.
So keep an eye out. It's a pretty big prize, I think, and everybody wants a big pedal board that they can, make bigger.
You get a pedal board and you're like, "Shit, I should've got a bigger boat." Yeah,
Yeah,
I should've
that was me with my first pedal board. Like, I
Yeah,
got a
I
little
grew
pedal
mine pretty
train.
quick.
Yeah, and these you can just make bigger. They're growers.
Yeah, when I made,
Literally, that's the point.
my when I first made my pedal board, I did one of the IKEA ones. I made a video on
Oh
YouTube. This
yeah.
was, like, years ago to, like, how to make it. So it was like I made it, and then all of a sudden, like, I after making it, like, I totally outgrew it, and I was like, "Okay, well, yeah, that happened."
Yeah, it happens. So I'm excited.
Yay.
I haven't made a board for just, like, what I have fun doing in a long time.
Mhm.
I constantly build and disassemble boards for specific gigs. Most of those are pretty small boards, so I'm excited to finally have a place to put the things that, like, will bring me some joy just as I
That's
dick
awesome.
around in my house. But, I also got some pedals from Eventide, excited to show those off, and Pigtronics. So it's gonna be a great December. I am gonna be so busy. The thing that I did not think I was gonna get super excited for, and then I was like, I've actually been wanting one of these, and I've been
Mhm.
trying to work with a company that does this kind of product, and it always kind of falls apart. Or like, there was one last year where I was basically following it up with them every month. I'm like, I'm just asking one more time. I'm not gonna keep asking y'all.
Aw, yeah.
They're like, we understand. I'm like, just say no. But
Yeah, just don't be nice, just tell me no.
it's
Yeah.
a traveler guitar, and
Oh, that's
I
great.
was shook when I saw how small this was. Like, I knew it would be small,
Yeah. Holy
but I
shit.
didn't think it would be smaller than, like, a backpack, like, for
I love the
volume.
little travel size, like,
Yeah.
guitars or ukuleles. Oh, they're perfect.
Yeah, and this pocket's actually pretty big. It's gonna fit they also sent me the Waza Air headphones,
Oh, nice.
so I'm going to be the most annoying bitch at the airport.
I'm gonna be that. I'm
But
gonna
one
be
thing
that bitch.
is, I was surprised looking at them. One, this
Oh,
weighs
that looks so
literally
great.
nothing.
Yeah.
I think it looks really, really cool.
I think it
Like,
looks
it's a
great.
great color.
Yeah, I really do like the color because you know me and blue, obviously.
Yeah.
And, also, it also reminds me of, like, one of the Reza, electric ukuleles. The
Mhm.
design is somewhat similar. Instead of in the middle, they're to the outside, but the shape is almost exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the
It's
sofa and
great.
I was just playing this, like, sitting on my lap, which I wasn't really expecting to do. I really
Mhm.
thought I would definitely need a strap, and I'll still bring one.
What kind of,
Um,
strings? Are they nylon or are they steel?
there's steel strings and there's an
Okay.
input jack.
Nice.
I forget what the pickup's gotta be, like, in there somewhere, but, I actually haven't explored it a lot. But, very excited. The tuning pegs are right there. I'll say right
Mhm.
away, the high E is a little difficult to tune, just
Okay. Well,
because
yeah, the
it's
space. Mm.
yeah, you'll hit it and then you might mute it accidentally, but, that's very minor. The strings I'm going to change before I leave, but it also made me realize just a little bit playing this how much I rely on the headstock as a
Yeah.
visual indicator of
Of
where
course.
I am.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, "What?"
It's the headless horseman.
Yeah, it's a little out of tune right now because it just came in from the cold. Like, it just got delivered right before we recorded.
Oh my
But
god.
I was enough time for me to play around with it a little bit and say,
No, it should be fun
"You're
exploring.
gonna get a full video of this for sure," but I just wanted to show it off sooner. It's kind of ingenious the way they did it. And
No, I
again,
agree.
like, this is
Yeah, it
probably, like,
looks extremely lightweight
3
too.
pounds, yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
My tuna tone is
That's a dream.
barely heavier than this. So, that's a 6-pound guitar. So I like this. I'm not even worried about getting stopped on the
No,
airplane. One,
no.
I have early boarding because I've been flying a lot this year.
Hmm,
So Rick and I have early boarding. So I like there's always going to be space, but this is so still such a stress reliever for it to
yeah.
be so small. And it has a little. I don't know if you saw on the headstock. There's a little loop, so you can
Hmm.
like hang it in a closet,
Oh, that's
which
great.
I think is really funny.
Hold on, I'm just gonna hang it on the wall,
Yeah.
okay?
I mean, I'm gonna go see my mom primarily. My mom and dad, I should say. We're gonna see my parents,
Hmm,
and like my mom has guitars, so she's gonna be like, "Why you could just just play the jazz master while you're here?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I can demo this a little bit while I'm there too, and that's pretty fun."
exactly, and you can go,
Yeah,
"Yeah, yeah, mom, I'm not pushing this or enabling you at all by showing you this."
yeah. And after we leave my parents' house, like a week after Thanksgiving, we're going to New York. Going to see the Hold Steady. Going to hang out
Awesome.
with Emily Hopkins.
Yes, I am a little bit jealous. I was like, "I wanna come hang out," when you told me
Come
that.
hang out. Put a cot in the corner. No, it'll happen, it'll happen.
Yeah.
So, really excited that. Hope to see Ian too. I need to reach out though. One thing I wanna say before we start talking about this week's topic, which is a
Mhm.
doozy,
Yeah.
I think. Oh shit, what was I gonna say? Huh. Oh
Poof.
yeah. I I knew what Music Radar was before this, and I read it sometimes. I don't
Hmm.
know how or why, but I'm nominated for Guitar Personality of the Year 2022.
Yeah,
How?
when you shared that, I was just like, "Holy shit, I didn't A, know that they did this kind of thing, and also plus, why wouldn't you be on there? That's silly." Like, of course you'd be on
Well,
there.
Ryan Burke's not on there.
I actually was
A lot of
surprised
people
about that.
aren't.
I was seeing some names on there, and I'm like, "Why is Justin Hawkins on there? Like,
They
why is"
they needed more women.
Yes, they did.
They I'm
Oh.
sure I kind of one, I feel like I deserved the nomination, but also I kinda think they probably need more women. That's, so if you wanna vote for me, if you think I deserve it, thank you. I voted for working class music. My mom's voting for me though, so.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I got my vote in. I found other ways of getting a second vote in too.
I want I want working class or I to beat Rick Beato, and that's my
Yes,
end game.
we must
He
beat
won last year. He won last year. He doesn't need to win 2 years in a row.
oh, no.
No.
I'm sorry,
Colleen
I'm not
Fazio's up there too, like, I don't know how you
yeah,
vote.
you're That's you have a difficult list even there.
I don't envy people who are making I don't envy people who are making this decision. Uh,
No, not one bit.
oh, yeah, my webcam is flickering. I just restarted the computer and it's probably just bugging.
Paranormal
But
activity.
yeah, so what else is new with you? We were talking about it a little bit before the show started.
Well, before we got together, I was putting my petals back on the wall since the last time everything's been a little bit barren. We've been still need to do the interior spackling and stuff with the windows. That's still all, but again, we have windows, so that's a good thing. The other thing is that the house band is mostly recorded song wise. The only thing I have remaining of that is the lead guitar, like melody stuff, and then also the vocals, because I'm going to be doing a cover for this one. Since the LB is kind of a pedal inspired by like new wave, post punk, like 80s, I just figure it would be a good opportunity to do a cover, which I'm going to do the Church's Under the Milky Way, which I love that song. So,
I love that band. I mean, then did you
and
put the
great
screen?
stuff.
Did you put the screen violence in any of that?
Yes, the screen violence is on one of the guitars for sure. So yeah,
This is
usually
the
I
old
love that pedal.
for those who know and those who don't. Screen violence is the collaborative pedal with Old Blood Noise Endeavors and Chvrches.
Yeah, I love screen violence. It's one of my favorite pedals. So, as far as that goes, usually when I do the house band, I don't just do the pedal that I'm demoing by itself. I usually basically put it with the rest of my pedals in the board and then just get crazy for the most part.
Nice.
But I'm excited about it. So I will continue working. I don't want to say like when I want to be releasing it until I feel comfortable enough to say I'm
Yeah.
releasing demo because every time I say, yeah, I'm gonna do this by then, life goes, hey, hold my
Hey,
beer. Yeah, so
you
I'm not
sure about
you
that?
sure about that? Yeah, life always seems to go, that's a nice plan you have. It's not happening.
Shame if something happened to your
It'd
plan.
be a shame if something got in the way of that to put you off.
Yeah. I feel you on that. There's some I'm a little behind in my demo queue, but
Aw.
I this will be out hopefully by the
Oh,
time this
nice.
episode drops.
29 pedals, yeah.
The 29 pedals. Wamp. Very one of the very few times I filmed a demo twice because I just kept calling
Mhm.
it the believable audio
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's the company, but
The
it's
company,
29
yeah.
pedals. Thank you, Jesse. This is definitely a
Jesse is
sound gooder.
amazing. Yes.
It's a big sound gooder pedal. This is going on the board I was talking about
I
building.
love the colors he
Um,
chooses too.
I do too.
I love the colors.
This is like I wouldn't quite call this lavender.
No, it's like a pastel, like not even lavender. It's like a kind of like a hint shade between pink and purple. Like I can't even play.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I can't
is.
place it.
I know he has this book that I think he said Harrison Whitford or
Pantone
somebody gave
probably or
him.
something. Yeah, like he has a
No,
book.
it's like
No.
it is a book about like colors that go together essentially.
Okay,
And then I was
nice.
like, you know what? I'm gonna buy that book. So I bought that book.
Nice.
um, so that's the big thing. Something's coming out on Friday. So check the channel on Friday.
Oh,
Very
so it's
happy
gonna
with
be
that one.
something else I'm gonna want, right?
Yeah. Releasing a pedal on Black Friday is bold.
It is. It is definitely bold. I hope they made enough units.
Yeah, for sure. But I really liked it. I enjoyed it more than I
You did?
thought I would because
Okay.
it's not like I don't know. I wanna see
La
Anne
la la la
Silikowski do
la
something
la
with
la
it.
la.
I'm not saying anything about the pedal, I'm just saying that
Okay. No, I
I
don't wanna
know
like it. I don't wanna
I
like
know
it.
of I know a few other
Sorry.
people who are going to be, like, working with
Mhm.
it, and I just, like there are some in my mind, I'm like, "I want to hear what you do with it. I wish I heard what you
Yeah.
did with it first." And that's always the thing when you have so many friends and you do
Yeah.
demos, and your friends also did it. I was like, I wanna know what
What?
Anne did.
It's
I
gonna
wanna
be
know what
great. I look
Emily did,
forward to
yeah.
that. Yeah,
It's
I
always so
always
fun. It's
Yeah,
one of my
I always
favorite
look
parts.
forward to see all the different takes, and I know there's obviously some people hate that there's, "Oh, everyone the same day," but that's like a marketing thing that's been around for, like, over 50 years, that's, like, normal. But I love the
I
fact that all the demos.
nobody complains about video games or
No, no one
phones or
does, no.
cars all getting their reviews at the
Exactly.
same time.
Yeah, you do a pedal demo all on the same day,
Yeah.
like, everyone loses their fucking
Oh,
minds.
all the streamers I follow are talking about the new Pokemon game at the same time. They're all bitching
Yes.
about what it looks like when you eat a sandwich in that game. They all say the graphics look like shit. Why is the
Oh,
sandwich in
shit.
4K and the grass is in, like, from Nintendo 64? But then they all say, "It's the
God.
funnest game I've ever played." I've been playing
That's
a lot of the new Pokemon
hilarious.
game, yeah. It's
Okay, no,
true,
I probably have to look
though.
that up. Yeah, but it's
Like,
like
when
I
I
like
played
the unique.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was
I
talking
like
about video
the
games more.
it's fine, yeah, no. I like the unique, perspective that every demo artist is because everyone is different is what
Yeah,
I really appreciate about them because, yeah, like, it's Anne's gonna have a complete take because she does music completely different between you or me. I sometimes do
yeah,
ambient stuff, but the stuff she does
yeah.
is, like, miles,
Next
like,
level, yeah.
yeah, next
It's
level
so
over
fucking
me,
good.
yeah. I
Y'all
love
go
her
just go
stuff.
go buy her discography on
Bandcamp. Go to
Bandcamp.
her
Just do it,
Bandcamp. Yeah.
Jesus. You'll
Her
be happier.
Bandcamp. Exactly. Buy her music. Like, it's just incredible. I love it.
You can also put, like, her music on they should I was like, "You should make playlists on YouTube so I can
Mhm.
just listen to them all day."
I'll just go straight through.
And, so, yeah, because I pay for YouTube Premium. I think since I have X number of subscribers on YouTube, I should get free YouTube Premium, but YouTube doesn't see it that way.
No, no, they don't.
Um, that's cool though. I'm excited for it. I hope they didn't expect me to play country licks on it because I did not. I might have. I don't remember. I did it
Oh my
yesterday.
god, now I'm curious. See if you
Mhm.
did.
I'm curious too. It's got a
Yeah.
soft switch, I'll tell you that.
Nice. I like soft switches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I
one
didn't
thing that
say
usually bugs me is when it's a
Can you
hard
just
switch.
confirm I didn't can you just confirm I didn't say anything I wasn't supposed to say?
No, no, I don't
Great.
think so. I mean, it's just the switch. It's not like you're talking about anything else on the pedal. I
It's got switch, it's got knobs.
Switch and knobs, yes, knobs and switches, stuff and things and stuff.
That barely narrows it down because I think there's some pedals that don't have knobs. I can
No.
think of there's, like, one company in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, I
Hmm.
think. They don't
Mm.
have external knobs on their pedals. Some of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any pedals off the top of my head that doesn't. Well, was it the Poly has knobs, even though it's a big screen. I think it still has some knobs. You have that one, right? Or
Oh,
had?
the Chase Bliss pedals have faders, not knobs.
Okay, that
I'm
one.
not
Yeah,
ta
that's
I can
CXN.
yeah.
Or
I'm,
yeah.
like, looking around. I'm like, "Which pedals do I
Where
have
is?
around here?"
It was almost like a John Travolta, like back when. Where are the pedals without knobs?
Yeah, for real. They are few and far between, but they're mighty. Cool. So we did have a topic this week. I
Hmm.
probably should have pulled up the thread where all this shit happened. I still do
Where all the
face.
drama went down
I'm not as active as I used to be
on the Facebook
in
groups.
in the Facebook groups, no, but every once in a while I still get something. And to put it in perspective, to find this, I've just put in had it coming and I'm seeing if I
I
can
read a
find it.
little
No,
of
it
this,
didn't.
yeah.
I think I linked to it too in our chat. So let me see if I can find it. But there is this idea, and there's always been this idea that women use their sexuality a lot more than men to get what they want. And I hate that idea. So if you are a not all man person and you will feel the need to say not all men, just remember it's your friend Dave. I'm not
Yeah,
talking
it's your
about all
friend.
men.
No.
I'm talking about that guy you work with who's weird to women.
Yeah,
And
police your own.
if you feel the need to be like defensive about it, maybe you should ask yourself why you're being defensive about it. When someone complains about, like, I don't know, really racist people, I'm not all like not all white people, because I'm pretty sure it's not me that they're talking about, but I definitely know who they are, and you do too. Um,
Yeah,
I
at this point, it's kind of like, it's not I don't do that, while being offended about it, and I was like, "Yeah, but I mean, sure. I mean, if you're offended by it, then why are you offended by it?"
I can't find it. Let me see. Hard times. It was in reference to a hard times article. There we go. It's
Got
called
it.
I haven't read the article yet, but it's called "The Hard Times Guide to Not Commenting Wow, Talented and Beautiful on a
Oh, yeah,
Female
that one.
Guitarist Video."
I shared that in my stories, yeah.
It's funny because
Yeah,
it's true,
true.
and it's kind of inevitable. Here are the hard times tips for not quote commenting like a deranged incel on women guitar social media. I gotta see
It's
who
not
wrote this.
hard, it's
All
not
right,
hard
not
to
my
do
coworker.
that.
I work with someone who writes for the hard times. Sit on your hands, direct your energies elsewhere, attempt to see her as a living, feeling human being,
It's
delete
important.
your accounts.
Delete all your accounts. Go outside, touch grass.
There's some good comments on this post. One, uh, let's see. Steve Rao said, "My least favorite is, oh, there's a guitar in this photo."
Oh my god, yeah, I've seen those.
I have
And it's like
two.
they all say the same thing. I was like, "Do you copy pasta this?" Yeah.
I
So
I don't know.
unoriginal, so
So I'm not gonna name names. I'm not. I don't think I even said which group this was in. Steve
No.
Rouse in a lot of Facebook groups. But someone said, no shade to this person because I think he learned a lot. And that's what's important.
That conversations are important to learn these
Yeah.
perspectives and
So
grow.
nobody find this and give shade to this person because I think he learned a lot and that's what really matters. I'll take the win. But a lot of people think this way and I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
He said, okay, this is absolutely brilliant, but these women on Instagram know exactly what they are doing and choose to use their sex appeal to get followers. I think it's sad that in this day and age that is still such a valuable thing, but I don't have an issue with someone trying to get ahead. Still, at some level, comments about their looks are par for the course.
Mm,
Oh boy.
got a
Can
lot
we
to
get
unpack there.
a lot? And let's start with the idea that it's only women who use their looks to get ahead in music. I'm sorry, Robert Plant has. I'm sorry, Robert Plant obviously uses sex appeal. Iggy Pop has never put a fucking shirt on in his life outside of filming The Adventures of Pete and Pete,
Oh my
which was
god.
a children's show, to be fair.
Yes, yes, to be
Like,
fair.
men using their sex appeal to get women interested into them and to like peacock for men
Oh, yeah.
is a tale as old as time, a song as old as
Tale as old
rhyme.
as time.
Beauty and the Beast. Uh, thank you.
What I'm here for.
It's maybe you look at like a lot of demo artists, you're like, oh, these are just very average looking men. I would venture to say most of the men who are very successful doing demos are at least conventionally attractive. Let's say that. The most successful ones are, for the most part, conventionally attractive, or some of them aren't. This is very true. I'm not gonna make any specific comments about anyone's looks because I think that's fucking weird. Uh, but it's true. And then when you get to places like TikTok or Instagram,
Hmm.
especially the men on those platforms, they are very handsome. They're more than conventionally attractive. They're categorically hot. And I feel like that's where you're more likely to see the women who are doing the same thing. It's very easy to find examples of men doing the exact same thing. And I don't see those men getting comments that are extremely sexual in nature to the
No.
point of being a power move to leave those kinds of comments. Because you can't have that because there's not the difference in the power dynamic between men and women. It's just a fact. And I'm sorry, it's just a fact. Like when you think about sexual violence against men versus women, the sexual violence happen toward men, of course, and it's
Yeah.
always bad. It's always bad when it happens to men. It just
Mhm.
happens to women 10 times more.
Yeah.
So that's just the facts of it. Um, so when you think about the normalization of it, it's significantly more normalized to have that kind of language toward women. It's uncomfortable. It's like you're wondering if this person is going to like stalk you. You have to turn off location on like your Be Real profile and your Instagram and make sure that before you post a picture, the metadata is completely cleared for it. This cleared from it. This is like the kind of life you have to live. You want to make sure that you're safe as a woman. I
Yeah.
send a lot of stuff to PO boxes, or like I have stuff sent directly to like USPS stations, and that's when I'm working with professionals. Even it's not always sent directly to my house. If I can avoid it, I'll have it sent to the FedEx office down the street or
Yeah.
farther.
No, sometimes,
Because
like,
yeah,
I'll have Carlos, like, send with his address or whatever if I'm with someone either
I've had stuff sent
receiving
to
or
Carlos's
sending something.
parents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, just at least to, kind of just keep my house in my safety, like
yeah. I remember the first time I told Emily Hopkins, "You should get a PO box.
Yeah,
You're big
I'm
enough
glad
that
they
you need
did.
one."
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
glad they did.
Yeah, I mean, and then that's just like an expense you have to incur.
Yeah,
Um,
so that's, again, going to at least some of these channels that have these kind of, like, super chats and stuff like that, like, yeah, that's kind of the stuff it goes to.
yeah, and I don't think
Maintenance.
anybody I take it back. Like,
Safety.
okay, so let's talk about the next thing. I think it's sad that in this day and age, sex appeal is such a valuable thing. I'll be honest, I don't. I don't care. I don't care. Like, if you want to look hot, you should be allowed to look hot without it being about a thing.
Of
I
course.
like I do believe that. And, I just it's never gonna change. People are always going to
Of
we're human
course.
beings, like, we're still
Yeah.
animals in
Oh,
in
yeah,
a
we
lot of
are animals.
ways,
There's no doubt about
literally
that.
animals, and, like, I think it's fine as long as, like, you have the agency to put yourself out like that. I don't see a
You do you, boo.
problem in
It's
that,
fine.
because I remember when someone accused me of self-objectifying with no remorse.
Oh, yes, I
That's the
remember.
title of my EP.
Yes. I love that
Uh,
kind of humor.
I remember because it was a question was someone was asking Chris Reynolds, who's
Hmm.
in the groups, "Do you think it's possible for someone to objectify themselves?" And Chris very smartly said, "No, because that's a question of agency. You can't objectify yourself because it's your agency, and that's where the difference lies." And that's where there's a problem because sometimes, especially the women, often the men, like, they sometimes get a lot of pressure from, like, other people to put out this persona, and that's when you do start to lose your agency. There was a big thing that I didn't follow very much. Some streamer was basically like, my partner is like my pimp. I don't really wanna do this, but he makes me. I don't really know how that
Mm.
panned out, but I'm
Yeah.
sure it exists. It exists in a lot of industries, where you say okay to one thing and then you get pushed into another and another. You offer an inch and they take a foot.
Yeah. That's why we have to
And
be
that's
careful with boundaries. Yeah.
that happens with men and women. There are the guy who played Luke in Gilmore Girls talked about how objectified he felt filming a scene where the women were just talking about his ass the whole time. And hey, that's awful. They
Yeah.
shouldn't have done that. Like, if he wasn't okay with it, they shouldn't have done it. Because
Mhm.
when you're watching this kind of thing, you assume if the person's doing it that they're okay with it, and that makes it okay to be funny. If they're not, that changes everything about how you feel about it.
No, of course. And again, the objectifying about men, if you're talking about, oh, yeah, if they're talking about his ass or whatever, oh, he should be like, liking that they're doing that. And I'm like, well, I mean, there's people in Hollywood. I mean, you think about, what do you call it? The guy that was like did the whole thing with the mummy, was that Brendan
Brendan
Fraser?
Fraser.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
love
the thing that I
him.
love him too. So it's like some of the things that happened to him, with getting objectified and people, breaking obviously boundaries and stuff that even with him. I mean, it's a thing of just because you are a man or a woman, it doesn't mean like, oh yeah, you should take that, you should like that. It's like no, like there's consent, there's boundaries, there's respect. Like that's no. Of
If you don't like it, you don't like it. Some people like it, and there's nothing
course.
that's what third wave feminism is all about.
If you like it, fine. Like,
It's
harm
fine.
no one. Yeah, do as you
Yeah.
will, harm no one.
Yeah. It's about
Yeah,
consent in a big
consent.
way, and consent's not
Mhm.
fun to talk about. Let's see. Of course, this person did specify he didn't have a problem with people using their looks to get ahead, but it
Of
kinda
course.
sounds like it.
Yeah, yeah, a
So
little bit.
then Aaron Abubo from the Gear
Oh,
Slum,
yes, I
# the Gear
saw that
Slum
he did
said
that. It was
and
hilarious.
put it another way she was asking for it. Because and then
Mhm.
he had a little back and forth, this person said, "You have to see the parallels between She knows what she's doing, and she was asking for
Asking
it.
for it, yeah.
And there is no like, it's like the meme, the 2 pictures, you have to pick the difference. They're the same
Same
picture.
picture, yeah.
They're the same picture, but one is very clearly associated with rape. Trigger, sorry. I hope that you understood this
TW.
was gonna happen, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Obviously, that's associated with that, and that's normally about how women dress or behave. Like, are you flirting or are you just being nice? Are you wearing a low cut top because it's hot? Or are you asking for it? And, there's a the pictures are the same.
Yeah, it's the same picture, and
It's the
also
same picture.
this person also, and I think it was in Aaron's section or it was another one in the comments, he was talking about all he was getting were those type of women playing guitar, and I was like, "Well, if we look at
Those kinds.
algorithms, um, are you liking those videos? Are you
Yeah,
watching those videos, buddy? The
yeah.
algorithm gives you what you interact with, so if that's what you're interacting with, then, that's
You're
your
getting more
fault,
of
that's
it.
what you're seeing. Yeah.
It's like when people comment on my videos saying that they never wanna watch another one, I'm like, "You shouldn't have commented,
No, you shouldn't have
man."
commented, now I'm all you're gonna see because
Yeah,
they
that's
saw
how
that you
this works.
commented, yeah.
They're not they are though the technology is there, they
Hmm.
don't give a shit if you're hate watching, and they
No.
YouTube, I'm talking about YouTube. YouTube
Hate
doesn't
watch,
give a
yeah.
shit if you're hate watching or if
Nope.
you're watching because you like it. All they give a
Nope.
shit about is that you're watching it.
You engage with it. As soon as you engage with it, the AI is like, "Ooh, send you more stuff. Yes. Yeah,
You
get you to watch
thought
more. Get you to watch
you
more. Yes,
you
yes,
thought you
yes."
hated this bitch before, buckle up.
Ah, yeah, I think in comments if I with the negative ones, I was like, "Be seeing you soon." Like, "I'll be
Ugh,
seeing you if
my
you hate me now, be seeing you."
my brother, I've talked about this before, my brother always says,
Yeah.
"Why do you feel that way?" for me comments.
Why? Yeah, I
Because he just
sometimes
milks
keep
the
them
shit out of
going.
it.
Yeah. I sometimes keep them going, and I get more absurd with each comment
No.
usually, and it's I get actually some kind of humor in it.
But you mentioned, like, that
Yeah,
type of woman.
that
Well,
type.
I replied to this commenter, "Yeah, that's why I do all my videos in a wet t-shirt."
Yes, I remember that.
And I got more mad at his response. You don't, of course. Does it matter? Guess
Doesn't
what?
matter.
Guess what? It doesn't fucking matter that I
No.
wear a big bulky flannel that's a size too big. I
Nope, I
still get
wear
people in my
t-shirts.
videos
Nope.
talking about my tits. What tits? What tits? You can't see them. Actually,
Holy
and one
shit.
and I think every time I film in a white shirt, it is like I'm busty. I can't fucking do a goddamn thing about it. I don't care. I don't care. Die mad about it. Um, I always have. I've been busty since my 20s. It man, the comments suck, dude. The comments suck. When I was skinnier and it was more obvious, I'd get like honked at a lot.
Uh,
Um, yeah, I get some unwanted. I'm not even that fucking hot. Like I think I'm attractive enough,
yeah.
but I'm not like supermodel babe, and I'm just getting honked at
No, neither am I.
because these exist. And that's the thing that people from that pedal company's Facebook group, that's why they accuse me of self-objectifying with no remorse, because I made reference to a
Mm.
thing that's very obvious in a very adult and humoristic way. Adult, not like in an XXX kind of way, but
No,
like
of course not.
in like between two adults, I was making a joke about my tits. Heaven forbid. um, but like my thing is, I guess the point ultimately there is it doesn't matter. Are the women who are dressing more provocatively or hot, like wearing whatever they like because they think they look good in it? I wear what I wear because I think I look good in it. Um, I also, but it doesn't matter because I can dress like me and still get comments that I literally have to Google on Urban Dictionary because they are so incomprehensible.
Oh my
Always a
god.
mistake. Always a fucking mistake.
Oh,
Always
no,
a mistake.
don't Google. Don't Google things. Don't
Now,
Google
like,
things.
I should get what now? You wanna do what to me now? Shit.
Oh my god.
Again, I'm not even one of the hot ones. I'm not even one of the ones wearing leather. It doesn't matter. Do they
It
get it
doesn't
more?
yeah, honestly, it
Sure.
doesn't matter. No, it doesn't
It doesn't
matter. I mean,
matter
I wear
because it's a
casual
power move.
yeah, of course. I mean, I wear t-shirts or when I'm with the music project that I've done, I've wore like practically a suit. I mean,
Yeah.
like that's kind of my kind of persona, at least music-wise, is more like
Yeah.
vests and suits, not because I more so want to highlight the music and not myself. But that's a personal choice for me.
But you think you look good in those things because
I
you do.
do. I
But
fucking do.
it's about confidence.
Exactly. I look great in them,
Ultimately,
but
yeah, you're
if
gonna dress
someone
in a way
else
that makes you confident, and that's just
yeah,
everybody.
and if someone else wants to dress obviously in more revealing thing, that gives them confidence, that actually makes them feel good while they're doing the thing that they
Yeah.
love doing, that's kinda like a twofold, and, hey, get a girl, like, I'm not gonna hate, like, that's great, it's joy, it's fun, it's part of their life, and they're living it.
It's like, I think one of the best current guitarists is Sarah Zimmerman from Striking Matches, and we
Hmm,
had her on the podcast a few years ago. We went to college together, we were in the same dorm and everything.
I remember that
Um,
episode.
she was t yeah, she's fucking great, I love her. Sh Everyone go listen to Striking Matches. But she was talking about how she wears high heels on stage because she just gets more confidence doing that. So, like, if I wear flats on stage, I don't feel as confident, but if I wear heels, because she's a little shorter, heels do
Height,
things for
yeah.
they do things for your body, a couple things for your body that, might give some people more confidence. I'd have less confidence wearing heels because I can't walk in them. Also, I'm kind
Yep,
of
same.
tall.
Same. I can't walk in there, it's flats for me.
I wear heels. I remember, like, in the prime heel wearing time, I
Mm.
was always dating guys who were just, like, 2 to 3 inches taller than me, and they wanted to look significant, like, enough taller than me,
Aw.
so I just wore flats. I
No.
don't care. I love a short king. I don't give a fuck.
No,
But, like,
yeah.
it was a confidence thing for them.
Yeah, I
And so
get
now
it.
it's a confidence thing for me is, uh, there's a Kimya Dawson song called Giant. I think it's called Giants or Girl Giant. I like giants.
Mhm.
And it's like, I like giants, especially girl giants, because all girls feel too big sometimes, regardless of their size. So that's
Oh,
why I
it's a
don't wear
good line.
heels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kimya. Love you, Kimya. Um, so it's about confidence. You're going to portray whatever makes you feel more confident.
Of
And for
course.
some people, that's more risque,
Yeah,
air quotes for those who are listening, than others. But it's not an excuse for behavior. And to this commenter's credit, he was not excusing the behavior. He was offering reasons, and reasons are different from excuses. It's a very fine line that gets crossed a
yeah, that's
lot.
a pretty fine tightrope
And
walk there.
that's about as fine as you can get. I think that he thought he was on one side, and I kind of feel like
Mm,
he's like, I understand why it's because, like, I understand why some people are getting more comments like that. It would be different than I understand why some people do and some people don't, because they're just not seeing. Because I delete those. I don't delete a lot of comments. I delete the ones that are overtly sexual, like,
of course.
very quickly. As I
Yeah.
don't want them.
No, no, you don't. Um, and again, we're on this topic, but also kind of like a sidestep. I've also seen some of these, like either Instagram accounts and stuff like that. They'd post like little girls, young women like playing either bass or guitar, and you see all the comments are obviously nice, like oh, like my daughter, or like hey, that's really
No.
great, kid. But I was thinking and watching it, thinking, man, like in 10 years or so, these comments are going to be so different for her. Like it's I wish these comments were still like the same,
Yeah.
as she's older. And of course, women are age playing, and it's unfortunate. It's just weird to see the creepy fucking comments like as you get older. It's yeah, and nothing
Y
changed. I mean, it's the little girl just grew up. Like that's
yeah.
yeah, so change.
No one comments on a man's video, "I'm jealous of the guitar." I never. And don't start just because I said that.
Hold on, I'm gonna go. I'm
Let me
gonna
go
go
to
right
let me
right
go to
now.
I'm gonna go to Jordan.waves guitar. I'm jealous of the guitar because it's being played so well, and my
Yep.
guitars are actually the ones who are jealous. I'm sorry, this comment started wrong.
Yep, we're just gonna go on our old male demo channel, guys, and just do these weird comments of like,
No,
yeah,
I don't think Ryan Burke would mind,
No,
but he would
no,
be
he probably think it was
confused.
funny, but yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
That's a
don't do
consent
it.
thing. That's a
Don't do
consent
it,
thing.
girl.
Let's
Yeah.
don't do it.
Don't do it, girl.
If someone likes it,
Yeah.
then that's fine. Some people like that kind of attention. At the same time, I know female YouTubers in general, not just guitar demo people,
Yeah.
who have talked we've talked and they've said that they second guess the things that they're wearing, or they don't wear
Mhm.
certain shirts, dresses, tops that they like because they're worried they're too revealing. I mean, I like listen, I love a good tank top. I
Mhm.
have some that are like lower than this. I would not wear them in a demo because the second like someone sees a hint of cleavage,
Oh, the
they just
comments will
their brain stops working.
really, they do.
Stop it. Go to horny jail. Fuck.
Have that, Shiba dog and go to bonk
Oh
jail.
yeah. Bonk.
Bonk jail. But yeah, I
I
was
used to have
kidding
a
earlier.
much older
Yeah.
neighbor, and he and I were very close, and like
Mhm.
I did not have a problem with talking to him about like that kind of stuff. Every once in a while, I would send him the meme, "Go to horny jail."
Bonk, go to horny jail.
But
Go now. You go.
again, like
Walk of shame. Go.
very slowly we got up to that point in our relationship where I could make jokes about that.
Yeah.
But like you don't go in you don't go in hot on stuff. Like
No, you gotta know people before
read the
you read the
room.
room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also it's like
I
it's
don't
about
assume
knowing people
things.
too.
Yeah,
Don't
it's I don't
assume.
no, I don't assume. I mean, if I
Oh.
know someone after a while and they talk to me, at some point where it then becomes a joke, but that takes a long time for me to get there. Like boundaries are still my thing to
I
love
have
and
a
to hold.
pretty yeah, I have a pretty blue sense of humor, so I do get there pretty quickly, but I'm not there at the beginning. It's like
No.
it's a trust thing for me. But like that just goes to the point of like like some people love that attention, some people don't. And you have to like figure it out and maybe just don't assume that they like want that.
No, don't assume because like either, women are playing guitar or they're doing demos or they're doing anything that they're doing it because they want that kind of attention from you.
And
Sometimes we
ultimately
just do it
that's
because we like
yeah.
it. Like we just want
Yeah.
to play
I
with
think
gear and like that's it.
I eventually said to this guy because his response was, "Of course you don't, of course, and I'm not justifying disgusting creepiness, but many women do exactly that, aka wear wet t-shirts, or even less than that. Again, that's their prerogative, but I've noticed it's been increasing. No, it hasn't fucking been increasing.
No,
Also,
that's why I said earlier the whole thing about yeah, it's been increasing. I'm like, no, you've been
no,
watching
it's
and
not.
liking, like you've
Yeah,
been interacting and engaging in those posts. That's why that's all you see now.
yeah, it's not increasing. It's just like
Mm.
this is how the algorithm works, and this is why people can
Yes.
get what's the word for like get
Oh yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
really
Echo chamber or
radicalized.
yeah,
That's how
they're
it's
basically
the same way
blinders. You only
people
see
get
one thing.
radicalized to it's literally the same way people get radicalized to QAnon and shit like that. Conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
It's because you kind of lack critical thinking at a certain point. That's not to say y'all do, but like this is a QAnon thing specifically.
Hmm.
You lack a certain amount of critical thinking, but you think you have more critical thinking than you do. It doesn't start all at once. People don't start thinking that jet fuel can't melt steel beams overnight.
No.
People don't start thinking that we faked the moon landing, even though you can literally shine a bright light at the moon and hit a right point and have it bounce back at you because we put fucking mirrors up there. You
Hmm.
don't discount that overnight. It is a slow and increase it's like that. It goes slow and
The
then it goes
slope.
up like that. It's this very slippery slope.
It is.
Um, but it's the truth. I have very good friends who got radicalized and I don't really talk to them anymore. Like
It's unfortunate.
extreme COVID denier stuff. Like not to the point where like I don't think masks are as effective as people say they are. It's like I think hospitals are lying about how many people died of COVID.
Oof.
No, they're not.
Oof.
Because if you do lie about any cause of death and you get caught lying, a hospital risks losing all of its
Mm.
Medicare funding. And that's a business. They're not going to do something that risky and that fucking stupid.
How deeply an insensitive thing to say at the same time, because you don't know whoever you're talking to if they've lost someone or knew someone that died of yeah, like, so insensitive.
Who doesn't know someone who died of COVID?
Exactly.
Um, I mean, late
Yeah,
recently in the past few months, I've had loved ones die of COVID.
I'm sorry.
So it's fine. There was other stuff too. Not
Mm,
comorbidity, so shut the fuck up about that who's ever thinking about it. Not a comorbidity thing. It was just, what it is what it is.
yeah.
But again, that's like the algorithm. The
Yeah.
algorithm knows what you are engaging with and gives you
Yep.
more of it to the point where you lose your fucking mind sometimes.
Yeah, people go down a rabbit hole and, they don't crawl back out, like, it's
It's harder. And but that's kind of the thing. It's like negative thoughts, and this is a completely different thing. I have a lot of people in my life who are very negative. They say they can't not say a negative thing about
no
something, right?
filter. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I used to be like that. And what I had to do is I got to the point where someone pointed it out and it really affected me. And
Mm,
after that, every time I had a negative thought and like noticed I was having it, I thought something nice about whoever I was having the negative thought about or whatever I was having that negative thought about. Like, oh, that's
yeah.
fucking stupid. No, it's not for me.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
it's it's
understand that.
like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's
I've
hard
also
and
had
you have to train your brain.
yeah. No, exactly, and it's a form of self-reflection. It's looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, "You
Mhm.
know, that thing that I do, I don't wanna do that anymore, so let me actively work to try to not engage in that behavior or personality trait that I have." Um I used to be a little bit more negative, I guess, when I was younger, and as
I
I've
used to be a
gotten
miserable
older
bitch, let's be honest.
as I've gotten older, I have because I do a lot of self-reflection, so I'll see things in me and I'm like, "You know what? That thing, I don't wanna do it anymore." So, like,
Yeah.
anytime that there's either negative thoughts, because mine never shuts off,
No, no, it's
it
automatic. That's why they're called
no,
automatic
yeah,
thoughts.
so basically, anytime that I have obviously, negative or any kind of thoughts, I'm like, "You know what? I'm just gonna be counter to whatever I hear." You know what I mean? In
Yeah.
my head. I
And
was
then
like, "You know
you
what?
just train it.
Kill with kindness." Like, I'm just going to be like, "You be quiet. We're going to be
Yeah.
nice."
It's like I have clinical depression, anxiety, all that. I did to go to a lot of therapy because, part of that was medication helped most of it. It gave me the space I needed to
Yeah.
help talk myself down from things. And God bless Wellbutrin. But it's automatic thoughts and, like, what this guy's talking about, they are automatic thoughts on his part, and they're
Yeah.
automatic thoughts on a lot of people's parts. I'm not just talking about men, I am mostly talking about men. Am I talking about all men? No, but you know a man
No.
that I'm talking about. You know him.
And
He goes to your, social club, he goes to your gym, he goes to your church, he works in your office, he is in the same Reddit group you're in. It's an automatic thought, again, the difference between excuses and reasons.
hmm,
The reason is automatic thoughts help us. They are like they ultimately cause terrible biases and terrible
mm,
things, but an automatic thought is easier on your brain, and it's a way to recognize patterns about things. Like if I see a cherry, my automatic thought is that's fucking poison. I'm
for you,
allergic to
yeah.
cherries.
Mhm.
I'm allergic to
The
soy.
stone fruit, yeah.
But training myself out of that automatic thought that all soy and cherries are bad. No, they're just bad for me. Um Getting yourself out of that's a very low level example. It's very imperative to growth as a human, and we've both done that for negative
Yeah.
talk, not just negative self-talk, but negative other people talk. Like, yeah, so I'm not I'm not gonna go too much on that, but that's really just a big part of the sexism and being a
And
woman on the internet. It's a
yeah.
joy.
No, it is, definitely, and honestly,
Yeah.
at this point, I don't really think it's our job anymore to police or tell men, obviously, what they should do or not do. I really think it's your it's guys. pretty much men need to police their brother, their friend, their
Your
coworker.
coworker.
You see them do stuff or they say something weird or show you something. Honestly, you gotta like, I know it's your friend and I know you have a relationship, but seriously, the damage that they could be doing with that kind of behavior to someone else
Or
or
to
just or to
themselves.
themselves. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's not good. I mean, as a friend, you should say something. Whether you get into a fight with that person, they're still a friend. You're after the fight, you're still gonna be friends. Like you need
Maybe, but
to, or
but
maybe
if
not, or maybe it's
and
worth
do
it.
you and do
People
you
can
want
grow.
to?
Yeah, people
It's
can
like
grow though. Yeah.
once I
Mhm.
applied for a job and I got such a snarky rejection back, my mom said, "Do you really wanna work for
Work
places like
there? Yeah.
that?" And
Mhm.
I said, I think it's still a great company to work for." So I, like, literally argued my way into that job. You know what? My mom was fucking right.
Right.
I didn't wanna work there.
No, and I agree with you on that, but, to go to my point of people can grow and sometimes just a change of perspective is really kind of, and somebody close to them showing that perspective, maybe the way they round the corner and become better people, or they're an asshole, they'll get into a fight, you won't be friends anymore. I mean, it could go either way, but it's
It's like
worth fighting
yeah.
for or worth saying something.
People do grow based on their personal experiences. A lot of
Mhm.
men are not raised to have platonic relationships with women. And a lot of you think about like I think Thanksgiving's coming up, so this is a great
Yeah.
example. I know growing up in a lot of households, this wasn't really the case with mine, but a lot of them there is. Even the youngest girls are expected to help and the youngest to oldest boys are allowed to just watch TV. This is not uncommon. This was not even my personal experience,
Mhm.
but it is an experience a lot of people have. And it just trains you from a young age that like women are supposed to be helpers, women are there for
Roles, yeah.
you, and that as a man you're not expected to do those things. It's like my husband. We were talking yesterday and he's like, "My sister always got it a lot harder than I did. My parents just let me do whatever." He's like, "I think that they just kind of figured my environment would help me turn out good enough." And part of him was like, you don't think I can do a lot? I'll show you." Like that's everyone has a different reaction to that kind of thing. But the truth of the matter is that women are still seen as objects, and if you just scroll through "Am I the Asshole" on Reddit, you'll see, like, a
Yeah.
litany of men and women where the woman's being treated like an object. Everyone just says, "Divorce your husband," which I don't think is necessarily the right choice. Sometimes sometimes it's definitely the right choice, but you shouldn't jump to that conclusion because people, again, can change. My mother voted Republican until the second time Bush ran,
Oof.
and she started because she had artist children.
Hmm.
That was part of it. And she was exposed to, like, all these like, she's like, "His policies are not helping my children."
No.
And my grandfather often, like, voted against so in Ohio, like, you fund schools by, like, voting on whether or not you wanna fund the school. It's been deemed unconstitutional, but Ohio doesn't fucking care what's constitutional, as the redistricting recently has
Oh my god, they're
displayed.
trying to do that here too, yeah.
I was raised in one of the most conservative counties in the state of Ohio. If
Oof.
you I'm just gonna say Gene Schmidt, and those who know, and those who don't, lucky you. Uh, but, I was raised in a very conservative area. My grandfather actually lived in a separate county, and he's like, "I don't have any kids who go to this school. I don't wanna vote for the levy." And I forget, probably my mom was like, "Yeah, that's exactly why my kids' schools aren't fucking funded." That's why it's pay to play sports. That's why they're canceling band classes. That's why they got rid of wood shop. That's why that's why it's
Uh,
overcrowded. Like that's why there's every problem in your grandchild's school that's a different district than you live in. Why aren't you voting in a like what's it called, Unitarianism? Not the idea of
mhm.
like doing good for the greater good for the greatest number of people. That's like my ethos is what's the most good for not just the greatest number of people, for the people who need the most help.
Yeah.
I was raised in, again, very conservative county, aggressively rural, very little money, and like I don't blame the people who voted against those school levies because they probably couldn't super duper spare the extra money. It still hurt, man. It was really fucking hard.
Mm.
Growing up knowing that your entire community, my school district was 100 square miles. That's a
Wow.
lot. My dad's had more students and was 10 square miles.
Yike.
Um, that's how rural it was. But it was still overcrowded. It was our textbooks were like the pages were falling out of them.
Oh my
So I
god.
know what it's like to really have no one give a shit about the children getting a good education. And that being said, if you ever have a school levy up, please fucking vote for that shit. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. OH. So OHIO. Love y'all. I think that might
Oh.
end it. I don't think there's like a Florida version of the
No, I don't.
OHIO.
I don't think so. I don't think
All
so.
right.
If there is, I can't think of it right now.
I wonder how many listeners we get in Ohio.
Hmm.
Do I have geographics?
Geographic data.
Give me the data. Audience.
Data or data?
We got 41% of our Spotify listeners are in Tennessee.
Mm.
Is y'all still voting for Scott Desjardins? Fuck him. Then California, New York, South Carolina. Hi, mom and dad. Texas, Wisconsin, Washington, 3%.
Oof.
They're Ohio, less than 1%. You dicks. Plain City, Ohio. Hi. Findlay, Ohio. Love Findlay, Ohio. What? Cincinnati, 3% of our Ohio listeners are in Cincinnati. Why? If you are in Cincinnati, please go to the YouTube if you're not already there and say, I'm from Cincinnati.
I am here.
And then there's Athens, Ohio, which I wrote a song about once. Did you know that 11% of our listeners are female on
Really?
Spotify? I think it's more than that.
Do they count anybody that identifies as like?
NBs are 0%.
Oh.
Is that what your question?
Oh, yes, it
Not
was.
specified as 3%.
I was about to specify. Okay.
All right. And males 86%, which is why I always give a compliment at the beginning of my videos because I don't think men get enough compliments. Doesn't mean I'm flirting with you. It just means I think your hair looks really nice today.
Yeah.
Or your dome. I can't pull off the bald look. Good on you, gentlemen. Or ladies. I don't know.
Either or.
Radiant. Viewer, listener, you look radiant today. I think that you should exude this confidence that you have every day. Yeah, we gotta stop. I'm done talking. You got any final thoughts, Joe?
I guess my final thoughts is nobody's asking for it. Everyone's just doing their thing. We do things just because we like doing them, and if we want to wear the things that we want to wear, we're not wearing it for you. Odds are
That's very true.
the whole time that we do it is because we want to look good. We
Yeah,
want to feel
for
good
ourselves.
ourselves. Like it's
No.
not for, the viewer. I mean, sure. Hey, that's kind of like a, you know, result of wearing those things, but still,
Mm,
originally, that's not the reason why we do. And
yeah.
to say something like that in which it's, oh, you only do it because of likes or only because you want the male gaze or attention or whatever, and I was like,
Male
yeah,
gaze.
like you don't, that's not.
GAZY. I don't want the male
Mhm.
GAZY.
No. But yeah, even as we're
That's why
talking
I put a
today.
Y. GAZE. I'm
Yeah.
drunk. I've been drinking a margarita this whole time.
Oh, the can kind too. Why do you do this to yourself, Emily? Why?
No, the canned margaritas are good, Joe.
I know. I can't. I can't. I can't do it. I can't drink the point. Wait, no, it's not poison. It's not
It's
poison.
12.5.
Oh, but to get back to what I was saying, what do you call it? Even if as we talk on this podcast today, I have more makeup today than typically I do, was mostly because of an error on my part, is where I reached, and I told this to Emily before we got on. I was like, I usually get like a brown mascara, like a light, just to, so you see I have eyelashes. So I reached for the mascara and I happened to grab the wrong one.
Oh, you
So we
grabbed
are
the
going,
black.
yes, I was like, well, I guess we're going clubbing tonight. Well, there's not enough time to take it off. We're going full commit to this look right now. Be prepared. Here I come. I'm coming up, so you
Have you ever noticed that men have the most beautiful eyelashes?
Yes, I've met a
Hands
few men
down.
where they
My
have,
husband.
yeah, men that have really long eyelashes. Oh my god, they're so pretty. I also like when
Mm.
guys wear, eyeliner or any kind of makeup too. I think they look really attractive when they wear makeup. But social norms, we know.
Yeah. I like my husband has beautiful eyelashes. He's
He does.
Italian. Yeah. So my final thought is, again, like to echo Joe, women mostly want to look good for themselves. And that's the fucking truth. Unless you're going to a
Mhm.
club
Yeah.
or like maybe on a date or something. And even on
Like,
a
oh,
date,
I
you
just
want to
wanna
like
feel
exude
good,
your
yeah.
confidence.
Mhm.
Very rarely do I wear something because I think my husband would like this. And it's literally only my husband. uh I love him. Um, he's very attractive. I'm married
He
up
I will even say that as well. Yes, he is.
categorically. He'll never listen to this. Actually, he will. He listens to. He watches everything. He's so
Carlos
supportive.
listens to this.
Hi, Carlos. The thing, one other thing I've talked about, again, I have other women who are YouTubers,
Hmm.
not specifically demo artists, or other women who do like the kind of influencer thing. I was talking to one of them lately because like I released a demo recently and I
Hmm.
watched back on like what I was doing and like in the intro and like there are some things where my hair doesn't look good. And I was thinking about that. And then I was talking to her and she's like, "I'm tired of, like, putting out a video wondering if someone's gonna say something about, like, my
Yeah,
body in, like, a "this is
I
ugly"
hate
kind of
that.
way. And I
Yeah.
said, "And this person's a lot hotter than me." Like, this person is, like, again, I say this, like, categorically attractive.
Yeah.
I said, "We will never look good enough. No woman on the plane of fucking existence will ever look good enough to avoid some weird
Some
dork
kind.
telling us we're not hot enough for them. Guess what, motherfucker? I don't care. Good. I'm not hot enough for you. Fucking great. She's in a committed relationship. I'm in a committed relationship. I don't give a shit.
No. I mean,
I
you're
got
not
listen.
yeah.
I got the thing you think every woman in the world wants. It's rubber. Have
A
you
rubber
seen
band,
this?
ladies and gentlemen, a rubber
Have you
band.
have you seen my wedding ring?
Oh my god.
The risk of, like, taking my finger off is 0.
Oh
I
my
can
god.
box with this thing on. I actually got
That's
this for when
perfect.
I went on to once when I went on tour the first time. I
Mhm.
got this because I didn't wanna risk losing my real ring, but if I
No,
didn't
of
have something on
course.
that finger, I was gonna lose my fucking mind. So, I got one for my husband first because he kept losing his ring, like,
Aw,
literally losing it, and then
that
we
sucks.
found it every single time. Guess what? He lost it in the garage both times. Slipped right off his finger, didn't even notice. So I got him a rubber one because the thing he's got bigger knuckles. No one needs to know this about my husband. He's got kind of bigger knuckles, so his choice was either find one that fits over the knuckles or don't. But the rubber, he can because it's like a half size
Oh, yeah.
difference. So with the rubber, he can just like it just stretches a skosh. Has
Mhm.
never lost the ring. Did break it, but guess what? It cost $40 to get a new one instead of a
That's not
hundred.
bad. Yeah.
Fantastic. So yes, I recommend I think it's Enzo is the company. No affiliate link, but if you want to if you're exercising or going on tour and need something on the finger so you don't aren't
Mhm.
like constant in a constant panic about like where's the thing on my finger? Highly recommend.
Nice.
I think it's a great place to end it. Well, to
Yeah.
everybody out there, patreon.com/getoffset, getoffsetpodcast.com/shop. Affiliate links in video description. Please do your holiday shopping for yourself and others there. I will thank you so much if you do that. If you do that,
Also
send me a message. I will send you a thank you note It's how much I appreciate that. Um, what else?
Also, I would say anybody recently that has been given during the premieres super chats,
Oh
thank
my
you so
god,
much for your
yes!
generosity. We really do appreciate that. And it
I
again
forgot
goes
about the
back to all our
chats.
maintenance kind of costs and stuff like that. It really does help us continue doing this. Or if we need to do lights, like it's great. So thank you again for your
There
hard
was
earned money.
there was
Yeah.
one time, like, Robert specifically, thank
Yes.
you, Jason specifically, thank you. I'm missing some other names, I will write them down next time, but
Sovereign as well. Thank you.
$1, $5, like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Like, there was one where we got, like, 50 fucking dollars, and
It's
I was
really,
just,
really
like,
generous.
lost my mind. So much generosity, thank you so much.
Yeah, I know you
I think
texted me. You were like, "Oh my god," like
I
during the
cried a little.
Aw.
It's
No, it's
like, it's
really,
just
really generous. Thank you so
it's
much. Like, it was unexpected, and again, like, it tells us that what we're doing here does matter to you, and it's the way that obviously you're the money that you work for,
yeah.
it kind of tells us that, so thank you.
It's so nice, and if you're watching this later and you want to do that still, and you don't wanna use an affiliate link, there's a
Mhm.
apparently at the bottom of every video, there's like a give thanks button, and that's great. But, my favorite ways to support this channel, this podcast, are still to like, comment, subscribe, leave a
Mhm.
review on iTunes/Apple Podcasts. That's a huge deal, so we have new ones.
Oh,
Should I
you have
read
new
them?
ones? Please.
Let's see.
Please.
See all reviews. This is JCZIK. Great show, great people. Each episode is a joy to listen to. Nothing like friendly hosts chatting about music gear and other topics. It's the highlight of my Tuesdays when a new episode
Aw,
drops. Thank you, JCZIK.
that's awesome.
Um, Lex H Reset says quality talk on the music and guitar world. I appreciate Joan and Emily's discussions and closer looks on gear news, anecdotes. I love that word. And
Yay.
coverage of being a musician today, even lately, feeling the market on used gear. It's a good time to buy or not, giving opinions on gear they've tried, what they are excited about. Natural reaction to new gear
Yeah.
natural
No filters.
announcements. No filters. I don't got one right now, man. They make you feel like you're at a table talking about music, whether it's Fender release that wasn't properly announced. It was not.
No.
Metallica whiskey, which is
Oh, yeah.
fine. Or the strangeness of PRS jumping into the pedal world. Those were very specific examples. Thank you so much, Lex.
No, that was
Um,
really great, thank you.
there's coverage for a lot of ground, dot, 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 and I love it. 5 stars. I'll keep coming back. Joe!
Yay.
Joe, not you.
Not me.
Because when you are Joe, it's just Jo. Is it
Hmm.
okay that I call you Joe? I've never asked.
Well, my stage name obviously is Joan, but, I mean, after I've known someone for a good amount of time, usually everyone always just shortens it to Joe anyway. I mean, I
I'm
don't like,
I
I
get
don't
it.
even know, Carlos, I don't think you ever called me by my full name or anything. You
Oh,
never called
see,
well, you're not supposed to say that.
for most people, it's like I knew a woman. I worked with a woman. His last name. What I say before I say the thanks for
Yeah.
watching thing. I worked with a woman named
Mhm.
Jessica, and for some reason, I didn't know her well enough to call her Jess. So I just called her
Yeah,
Jessica
yeah,
because I know that I'm not an M. The people who've lived with me or known me for 10 years or more can call me M. I don't give a shit. Uh,
yeah.
or like good friends. It's rare. So I just called her Jessica. And then one day we were out for lunch. She's like, the only person who calls me Jessica is my fiance. I was like, I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I don't know why you never said call me Jess. Call
yeah.
me Emily, future viewer.
Yeah, like, I think the only people there was only either one friend and, like, my grandparents or whatever, the only people that call me Joanne, which is my full name, but mostly everybody in my life calls me a different version, so I am not a Joanne technically, like, the world knows that, so everyone calls me Joe, or they call me Joan, or, or
OJAN.
oh god, my name has
On.
been misspelled. Yes. Oh, Hohan. Yes.
On.
My Jedi name that people have has bestowed upon me in the discords. Yes.
Yeah, in our private Gear Domore
Yes.
chat with a bunch of other people, it's Ohan.
Hohan. Yes.
Ohan. It's just like I think it's Russ. Did Russ start that?
Russ did that, yeah, so
Russ is very fun. I really hope to meet Russ, Saturday.
I look
Uh,
forward to any photos, anything,
third.
like, say hello.
Oh, I will, I will. Well, to everybody out there, thanks for watching
Thanks for listening and subscribing.
and understanding.
Yes.
Until next time, my name is Emily.
I am Joan of Heart.
Or just kidding.
Or
Or whatever. Good.
exactly.
I'm not M. I'm fucking definitely not Emmy. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye-bye.